Hey guys, I'm Coach Micheal Burt, the Super Coach, coming to you live today from the Greatness Factory in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And man, are we going to dig into something that will help you close more deals, have more confidence, build and position yourself differently, allow you to walk into any room, in any environment, and explain what it is you do. Today we're going to work through what a world-class explanation of services looks like. And when a person asks you, what do you do for a living? When you get in front of people and pitch your services, what do you say? I'm Coach Micheal Burt. You're watching Super Coach. Come on back and let's get started. Hey guys, this is Coach Micheal Burt. I am so glad you joined me for Super Coach. I believe a good coach can change your life. I believe a good coach will have conversations with you don't want to have, make you do some things you don't want to do, help you become something you didn't think you could become. You see, you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame. You can't reach your own potential without the help of another person helping you break through those ceilings of success. I'm Coach Micheal Burt, and I'm going to find the kryptonite in your life, and I'm going to do it on this show, Super Coach. Hey guys, Coach Micheal Burt, the Super Coach. Welcome to another edition of Super Coach. Every week I come into your life, typically on Tuesday, but I was in Alabama, deep in Alabama, at Purcell Farms, working with Churchill Mortgage, their annual retreat. Sometimes you got to retreat to attack. Sometimes you got to get away to rejuvenate. And we had some electrifying days in Alabama, digging deep. And one of the biggest concepts they've been using this year inside the entire company is a concept that Tom Love created. I have taken the ball and run with it with his help, and called the explanation of services, or what we call the EOS. If you're listening to this show on Facebook Live right now, give me a shout out. I'd love to share this with you. Share it with other people, because today's show is going to be impactful for you. Out of all of the coaching we do, out of everything we do, okay, and I'm very systematic in how I go about helping a person, a team, a company elevate their business. We always start with one simple thing. Now, it sounds simple. It's one of those things that sounds simple, but it's hard to do. Probably less than 5% of sales professionals out there will ever cultivate a world-class explanation of services, okay? And so what we're going to do today is we're going to show you the framework of what a great explanation of services is. And this is so critical, because to me, this separates an amateur sales professional and a professional sales professional. You see, I used to lead with what it is I did. I'm a coach. I own a coaching business. We coach people. We elevate teams, blah, 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 blah. Who cares, man? There's all kinds of coaches out there in the world. Straight commodity. It's no different than a financial advisor saying I help people with their money, or an insurance person say I help mitigate your risk, or a banker say I work at a bank. And so what happened? Some people would like that, and I'd close deals, and some people wouldn't. Along comes my buddy, Tom Love, one of the top insurance guys in the world, and he takes my book, Person of Interest, this book right here, Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why, and the Challenger Sale, and he puts all of this into a little formula, and he comes out on the other side with one of the most impactful things I have ever learned. I have now learned and shared with other people all over the country, and that is called an explanation of services. Now, here's why I want to sell you on this today. We're going to go through the framework, the 6 parts of a framework of a good explanation of service, because let me tell you what this is going to do. Number one, the number one question you're going to get asked when you go anywhere in the world and meet a person outside of where you're from is what? What do you do? This is the greatest commodity trap in the world, guys. This is the greatest commodity trap in the world when another person asks you what it is you do. Because most people are expecting you to say, well, I'm in insurance business. I'm a coach. I'm a mortgage originator. I sell real estate. I work over at the First National Bank. See, those are all commodities. There's 238,000 financial advisors. There's over 1 million real estate agents. There's over 100,000 mortgage originators. All commodities, guys. What we're looking for is a differential advantage. So how you answer this question does matter. It absolutely matters, okay? Okay, so that's the first thing. Number one, does it matter how you answer the question, what it is you do? Now imagine you get in front of a potential prospect. You believe this is a true suspect. And once you get past the pleasantries, the weather, the kids, the time of year, the blah, 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 there's going to come a moment. I call it a moment of truth, where they look at you and they go, sell me, pitch me. I know why you're here. How many times have you screwed up that pitch because it's been so pitiful? So I believe the explanation of services is the number one place you differentiate yourself. It's the number one place you become a zebra. Now, Tom Love would tell you, who created the concept of EOS, he would tell you that would you rather know in the first 15 seconds if you have a real person? Okay. What he would say to you, I'm coaching my own self here, right? David Ross, Roy Frazier, Chris Gregory, Jorge, Sharon Barrett. We're going to give you a good EOS, girl. Trust me. He would ask you this question. Would you rather know if you have a potential prospect in the first 15 seconds? Or would you rather chase somebody for 15 months? You see, the beauty of what I'm going to show you today is that when you lead with what you believe versus what it is you do, nobody cares what it is you do. Hate to burst your bubble. I hate to burst your bubble. Nobody cares what it is you do. What they do care about is why you do it. What they do care about is what you believe. People do business with other people that believe the same things they do. So when I lead with what it is I believe, I met a guy at lunch today. I went to the Kermit Davis luncheon. Dick Vitale, I want to thank Will Webb, who's in our coaching program, for inviting me for that. I saw a guy today and immediately knew he was not a prospect for me. You know within the first 15 seconds, because I lead with what I believe versus what it is I do. So what we're going to build today is we're going to build a construct. We're going to build a framework. You know, it was Jethro that came to Moses and said, man, the way you're doing this is all screwed up. You're tired. They're tired. I'm going to give you a construct. I'm going to give you a framework on how to multiply your business, Moses. And if you'll listen to me, we're going to go out and get other people to do this. Well, what I'm going to give you today is a framework to better explain your services, okay? And here's also what I'm going to do. This is going to help you drive up your confidence, drive up your close ratios, and it's going to separate you from all the amateurs in the world that will never take the time to have a great explanation of service. Now, let me give you some kryptonite to get you out here in this segment. When we come back in segment 2, I'm going to teach you to always start with what you believe versus what it is you do. Kryptonite's the one thing holding you back, and a good super coach will always find this for you. Kryptonite's this. You've never taken the time to stop and even think about an explanation of services. You're out there pitching like everybody else is. You're saying the same old thing, and when two opinions are the same, one of those opinions is unnecessary. So you just say what everybody else says. This is one of the greatest commodity traps in the world. Here's the deal. You're commoditizing your own self. What did I say? Number one question you get asked when you meet a new person, what do you do? What if you could know in the first 15 seconds if they're a true prospect versus chase for 15 months, right? This is the number one place I believe you can go to differentiate yourself is in how you explain your services. So when we come back in segment number 2, I'm going to teach you how to lead with what you believe, not what it is you do. I'm Coach Micheal Burt. Hang in there with me. You're watching Super Coach. Hey guys, Coach Micheal Burt, and I get asked all of the time, what does a good coach do? See, a good coach should engage you in a set of systematic behaviors that allows you to do something tomorrow you can't do today. They should find and fill your missing structures. They help you break through that ceiling of success that you can't break through on your own. And that, my friend, is why everybody needs a good coach in life. Check out Coach Micheal Burt's Total Growth Academy at CoachBurt.com. Come on back, man. Come on, man. Let's get started today. We had a big day here at the Greatness Factory. Thank you. You can download this Super Coach at iTunes, Podcast Republic, Google Play, whatever. Wherever you go to get podcasts, you need to be downloading and taking this with you. If you're not in my Total Growth Academy, I got to give a shout out to a lot of people who are out there today. Jay Berry, good to see you, my man. Will Webb, thank you for lunch. Tony Woodall, Bo Scott, Jeremy Wegner, Jorge, Sharon Barrett, David Ross, Roy Frazier, Chris Gregory. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Love you. I certainly appreciate everybody that's out there who follows me. And it's so nice to go out in public and people say, man, I listen to you every week. I watch your Facebook Lives. Means the world to me. Actually, a person today said that from New York Life. I want to say thank you for listening to me. Now, here's what we're talking. If I could give you the secret formula to close more deals, would you take it? If I could give you an unfair advantage, Bo Scott, would you take it? Well, let me give you the unfair advantage. How you explain and articulate your services is critical to having the confidence you need to close deals, to be able to walk in any room and articulate what it is you do. Just go to a networking event and ask other people what it is they do for a living. See if they don't freak out. See if they don't give you a commoditized answer, okay? Because that's exactly what they're going to do. So what we're talking today is how do you explain your services in a way? We got interior design on here, okay? Let's see. Let me go back. Sharon Barrett said, I would love to have a great EOS as an interior designer. Here's the deal. As an interior designer, number one, you walk in and you say, let me tell you what it is I believe. I believe a great interior designer can drastically increase the value of any property on planet Earth. You lead with what it is you believe. So in this segment, I'm going to show you how to always lead your explanational services. You never lead with what you do. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. People don't care what you do. They care why you do it. Take a nurse at an emergency room. What if she said, well, I work in an emergency room? And you're like, oh, okay, there's lots of people work in emergency rooms. What if she said, I wake up to save people's lives? I believe that at the most inopportune times of a person's life, they need somebody who will care about them. And that's why I got into nursing. So what I want you to do, step number one, is always lead with what you believe, not what it is you do. Okay? People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. People do business with other people that believe the same things they do. So I want you to think right now, what is it you believe? You hear me say constantly, it's on my website, I believe what? I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. Why do I believe that? Because I believe a good coach can change your life. Let me give you some more. I believe in attracting business versus chasing it. That's why I wrote the book Person of Interest. I believe that there's never been a better time to look different and run faster than everybody else. That's why I wrote the book Zebras and Cheetahs. I believe confidence is the one thing that affects everything. That's why I wrote the book Swag. I believe you can't go big if little got you. There's all kinds of beliefs that I have. I believe the number one problem in business is obscurity. I believe most salespeople have 4 big problems. Number one, they don't have an EOS. Look at all these beliefs that I'm rolling off, right? Luke Frost, right? Tony Woodall, Corey Hastings, Melanie Mayo, my mama, Tracy Tucker, Tom Farrell. Here's the deal. I got all kinds of beliefs. How many people believe the same things I do? So when I speak, I walk in a room and I say, I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. How many of you have ever had a good coach? You see those hands go up. So I say, good. You know the power of a person in your life who will have conversations with you don't want to have, make you do things you don't want to do, help you become something you didn't think you could become. And they're like, yes, I do know the power of that. Good. We're one step closer to doing business with each other. People do business with other people that believe the same things they do. So the first step of this framework is, number one, tell me what it is you believe. You can have 1 belief statement. You can have 3 belief statements. You can have 100 belief statements. Lead with what it is you believe. Okay? Donna Davis Ross, who's in Total Growth. Thank you so much. Lead with what you believe, girl. And I can feel that conviction and passion in you. Lead with what you believe. Here's what I believe. I believe an explanation of service is the number one place you can differentiate yourself from everybody else. How do you market yourself if you don't have an explanation of services? How do you brand yourself? How do you differentiate yourself? So the first thing I want you to do if you're taking notes today is I want you to say, here's what it is I believe. Number 2, tell me why it is you believe it. Tell me why you believe it. I believe a good coach can change your life, right? I believe you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame. I believe you can't stir the pot when you're inside the bowl. I believe you need an outsider looking at your business who don't drink the Kool-Aid, right? Because of these beliefs, tell me what it is you really do. Now, this is big. You're going to hear a guy, we've got people in our coaching programs that talks about this. You got to take something very complicated and you got to make it real simple. The average cat doesn't know what it is you do every day. I get asked this all the time. What do you do? Are you a life coach? Are you a business coach? Well, let me tell you what it is I really do. I help find and fill your missing structures. Okay, I push and hold you accountable to your own goals and dreams. I take complicated growth and I make it simple. I get groups of people on teams to much higher levels of performance. Here's what it is I believe. Here's why I believe it. Here's what it is I do. So you can say, well, I'm in the insurance business. Okay, so what? There's millions of people in the insurance business. Tell me what it is you believe about insurance. I worked with a State Farm agent out in New Mexico once, and here's what she said. I said, what do you do for a living? She said, I sell sleep. Okay? Tell me more about that. Why do you sell sleep? She said, I insure anything and everything you're ever going to own so you can sleep at night. She never used the word insurance in the beginning. She sold me on selling sleep. Corey Jacobs, who's in our Monster Producer Coaching Program, when you meet him, he says, I consider myself the second most important person in your life. And people say, well, it's number two. Why would I be number two? Because outside of the person you love the most, when you have a catastrophe, and you will, outside of the number one person you call that you love the most, I will always be phone call number two. I will be your insurance guy. So tell me what it is you believe. Number two, tell me why you believe it. Number three, tell me what it is you really do. I take complicated stuff and I make it simple. I get groups of people from point A to point B. I decrease the stress in your life. I make an ugly house into a pretty house. I drastically increase the value of your property by interior designing that property. What do you really do? And you need to be able to tell me three things you do. I do this, this, and this. So that me, a layman consumer, can go, oh, I get it. Now, I didn't even know I needed you in my life until I did this. Be like me saying, well, I'm just a life coach. But I'm not really a life coach. I'm a business coach. So I say I find and fill your missing structures. I help you cultivate a world-class explanational service. I teach you a selling system. I show you a 7-touch follow-up. I teach you a system to drive up your referrals. That's what it is I really do for my people. So we're doing our homework here. Do you know what you believe? People don't buy what you do. They don't care. They buy why you do it. Number two, people do business with other people that believe the same things they do. Number three, tell me why you believe what you believe and give me a chance to believe it too. That's where you know in the first 15 seconds. When I'm looking at you going, I believe everybody needs a coach in life, I'm reading your body language. I'm watching your eyes. I'm seeing if you're honed in. I'm seeing if you're in. And if you're in, your body language will tell me, which means I need to keep going. If you're not in, I'm not going to feel it. You know what I do? Cut bait. 15 seconds. I'm out, man. I am not pursuing. Let me give you some kryptonite to get you out of this segment. Here's your kryptonite. You chase business versus attracting it. Because people do business with other people believe the same things they do. I don't have to chase business. I attract it. You know what I'm looking for? Affinity. I'm looking for other people that believe the same things I do, okay? There's 7 billion people on planet Earth. Some will be interested, some won't be interested. So what? I'm not going to chase somebody for 15 months to try to get them to believe the same things I do. That always turns out to be a disaster on the back end. Attract other people that believe the same things you do. Leave alone all the people that don't and quit trying to convince them. It's never going to work. I hear people say I go until they buy or they die. They may buy, but every person, now mark this down, and this is a tweetable, Brandon, every person I had to beg to get in a coaching program was always the first one trying to get out of a coaching program because they didn't believe the same things I did. We come back in segment number 3. I'm going to show you the 3 places to differentiate yourself as part of your EOS. You're watching Super Coach, and I'm Coach Micheal Burt. Hey guys, Coach Micheal Burt. Here's the question for you. Why do you need a coach? So many people don't understand why they need a coach. Well, let me ask you this question. Have you hit a ceiling in your life? You see, we're either dynamic and growing, we are plateaued and static, or we are entropic, which means we're dying. A good coach will come along at that ceiling of success and help you bust through that ceiling. New insight, new strategy, new energy. And here's the real deal. They'll hold you accountable to the good intention you have that you've been falling off the wagon. If you need a good coach, go to Coach Micheal Burt's Total Growth Academy at CoachBurt.com. Sign up today. Welcome back, Super Coach. Every week I come into your life. Thank you for all the people that watch my Facebook Lives out there. You can get this show on iTunes. You can get it on Stitcher. You can get it on Google Play. Just search Super Coach. It's out there. We've also got some other podcasts I got to tell you about. I'm bringing back Monster Producer podcast, so you can hear what I teach in the big coaching program, Monster Producer. If you're not in that coaching program, you need to be. I also brought back Good Coach, Bad Coach, and you can find those on iTunes as well. Is that right? iTunes, Good Coach, Bad Coach, Monster Producer. Right now, in my store, I'm offering 50% off everything in my store. It's called the Pumpkin Sale. Brandon Ray said, don't be a pumpkin, man. Don't turn into a pumpkin at midnight. Pumpkins rot after a few days. How long do pumpkins go before they rot? Not long, right? Okay? Don't be a pumpkin pie, man. Go to my store, CoachBurt.com, 50% off everything. I had a guy yesterday bought 12 persons of interest, one of everything else. He had $250 worth of books. He got them for $138. Felt like I'm giving this stuff away, man. This sale ends October 31st. And right now you can try my Total Growth Academy for $1, right? $1 for the first month. And get in there and try it out. If you like it, it goes up to $99 a month, because here's what I believe. People that have a coach, right, David Ross, right, Donna Ross, right, Corey Hastings, people that have a coach always outperform people that don't. So if you want to get coached by me, you can sign up for my Total Growth Academy. Now, like I said, it's $1 for the first 30 days, then it goes up to $99 for a one-year contract. Now, here's what I want to say to you. Let me see who's out there who's toned in right now. Here's what I got. So here's the deal. 7 billion people on planet Earth. Some will buy, some won't buy, so what? Everybody you got to beg to get in is going to be the first ones to get out. Trust me. I don't care about those people. I'm not looking to help those people because they ain't want my help. I'm only looking for people who are looking for me. Okay? So I'm only looking for people who are looking for me. So what am I telling you? I'm looking for people who believe the same things I do. They're humble. They're hungry. They're a little obsessive. They're a little crazy. They're a little fanatical. And they want more time, more energy, more money, more freedom, more structure. That's the only thing I'm looking for. So when I go out into the world, let's say I go to an event today, Dick Vitale event, and somebody says, hey, what is it you really do? I said, well, let me back up and tell you what I believe. I believe everybody deserves a great coach in life. I believe a good coach will do 3 things for you. I believe trained people always outperform untrained people, and I look at their eyeballs. And if they sit there like this, I'm like, nice to meet you. Going over to get me a piece of pecan pie at the buffet, because it ain't happening right here, right? I'm not going to chase you for 15 months and try to convince you. I believe in doing business with other people that believe the same things I do. So what's the EOS? It's got 6 parts to it. Number 1, tell me what it is you believe. Number 2, tell me why you believe it. Number 3, tell me what it is you really do. Number 4, tell me how you do it different than everybody else, which is where we're at right now. Okay? Tell me the 3 ways you do it different. Differentiate yourself. That's the zebra. I call that the zebra. So say there's really 3 ways that we do it different than everybody else in our field. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes I say, would you rather have someone coaching you that one day woke up and called themselves a coach, or somebody that's actually won a championship? Or I may say, I believe in the whole person theory. We coach not only just the sales, we coach the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit. That's knowledge, skill, desire, confidence. I may say, here's the methodology we're going to use, and this is different than most people that coach. I may say to some people, look, I don't drink the Kool-Aid of your industry. Right, Coach Brew? All the real estate coaches out there, I don't copy and paste what they do. I look at your business as a business. I don't look at it and tell you make 100 phone calls, and that's the way to success. And so I say, here's 3 things that differentiate my coaching program, okay? Then you pivot to step number 5, which is tell me everybody you've done it for. This is called social proof. If you study the science of persuasion, there's 6 tenets of persuasion. One of those tenets is called social proof. Social proof is tell me everybody you've done it for. So I may say, did you know I've worked with Deloitte and First Bank and First Community and Churchill and State Farm and Ohio National and John Hancock and Invest. I also work with blue-collar companies like Roscoe Brown. I've worked with pest control companies. I worked for 4 years in the prison system. So what I'm doing is I'm saying, look, I've worked with all of these people because I want you to say this. Well, if he's working with all those people, why am I not working with him? If you had a guy in your town that helped you double your business in half the amount of time anybody else can do it, and word started to percolate around that whole town, that whole city, pretty soon everybody would be saying, now, why are we not working with that guy? It's like a trainer. I see some trainers that are on here. If you can get results for your clients and get them in great shape and get them down and get them buff, other people look at and say, look at what you did with that guy. If you did that with him, you can do it with me. Okay, so you got to pivot and say, here's all the people I've been able to do this for. Okay, and that's called social proof. If you're new to the business, you may say, I helped someone just like you yesterday. You may say, I've been able to help 1,500 people in my lifetime. Sometimes I'll say I've spoken to over 125,000 people in the last 9 years. Okay, and what I'm doing is I'm kind of building my credibility, especially if you've never met me before. We get a call in last week or a few weeks ago that wanted me to work with a pest control company. And the first thing I said was, did you know that I work with other blue-collar companies like Roscoe Brown, Vernon Sherrill Pest Control Company, Maplehurst Bakeries over in Lebanon? Did you know I work with blue-collar workers and white-collar workers? He said, I didn't know that. So for you, when you're sitting there looking at this concept, you got to be able to articulate this. And then let's ask the knockout question. So I'm at step 6 of the EOS. After you go through this whole thing, you look at a person right in the eyeball and you say this: if I could do this for you, just like I've done it for everybody else, what in the world would stop us from taking action with each other? We believe the same things. I've showed you what it is we do. I've showed you how we do it different than everybody else, and I've showed you the results we've gotten for everybody else out there in the world. If I could get these results for you, what in the world would stop us from taking action or going to round 2? Now, for those of you out there that think that's a little bit strong, that's called an ask. I'm asking for your business. I'm not flirting with you. I'm asking, baby. I believe in my product. I believe in me. I believe in transformation. I believe in the success stories. I believe we can help you. So why would you be ashamed of asking people to do business with you? But a lot of people do that. If I was a real estate agent for all the real estate agents that are coaching me, that I coach, here's what I would say. I would go to the top 50 people in any city, and I'd say, what do I have to do to earn your business? I believe every person deserves to have a professional representing them. Here's why I believe that. Here's what it is I do. Here's how I do it different than everybody else. When you buy, sell, whatever real estate, call me. What do I have to do to earn your business? And if they say, I like your spunk, kid, then I'm going to go 7 to 15 touches in the follow-up. And we're doing a webinar on this in a few weeks called $1 Million Follow-Up, about how to follow up and get people off the fence. Now, if you think it's a little too hard when you're asking, ask it this way. Out of everything I said to you, out of everything I shared, what piques your interest the most? And people go, oh, gosh, I love this part. I love that part. Great. Let's unpack that part. Now, let's review before I get you out of there. We've got Jason on the line, Scott Lumley, John Brubaker, my good friend. Let's review the 6 steps of a great EOS, and then I'm going to get you out of here. Number 1, people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Simon Sinek. People don't care what you do. Okay? They care why you do it. Let me put it another way. People don't care what you do. They do business with people that believe the same things they do. Number 2. So number 1, tell me what it is you believe. That's how you lead. Well, at our company, we believe this. Let me tell you why we believe that. Look at their eyes. If they believe it too, keep going. If they don't, they give you a blank stare, you may say, I'm out of here, man. It's been nice meeting you. You're a good person. There's no future potential with us here, okay? Would you rather know in 15 seconds or chase somebody for 15 months? So tell me what it is you believe. Tell me why you believe it. Number 3, tell me what it is you really do. Simple, layman, common terms. There's 3 things we do for you. Number 4, okay? Tell me how you do it different than everybody else. That's the zebras and cheetahs. Okay? Number 5, tell me all the people you've helped or done this for that you're claiming to do. And number 6, ask me the big question. If I could do it for you like I've done it for everybody else, what in the world would stop us from getting started? These are the 6 components, guys, of a world-class explanation of services. My buddy Tom Love wrote a book on it called EOS, Does It Really Matter How You Answer This Question? If you want to get one of those books, you call us or you email us. We have them here at the Greatness Factory, and I'm doing all kinds of coaching programs with Tom Love, a good friend of mine. He was a big fan of my book, Person of Interest, and I'm a big fan of his concept, EOS. Churchill Mortgage says it changed the game for them, because now they have a world-class explanation of services. So let me get you some kryptonite, and then we'll get you out of here. Here's the final kryptonite. Here's what tells me you're an amateur, man, versus a professional. See, I was an amateur for a long time, man. When it came to EOS, I was an amateur. You dabble, but you won't decide. You dabble with this concept. You mess around with your pitch. You read a book on pitching, but you never fully commit. You never fully dig in on cultivating a world-class EOS. And because of this lack of commitment, you'll always struggle to explain effectively what it is you really do for people and how you do it different and what it is you believe and why you believe it. And you'll always struggle with the ask, man. Because I think subconsciously, Brandon, people don't have the guts to ask for something when they know they don't deserve it. Because they don't believe. Every action you take is driven by your beliefs. When you believe it at your core, you got no problem going out saying, this is what I believe, world. For all the people who believe the same things I do, come on in and let's do business with each other. Every week I come into your life. Let me give you a call to action to get you out of here. If you want to get this book, Tom Love's book, we got it at the Greatness Factory. Email us info@coachburt.com. We'll get you a copy of that. If you're not in my Total Growth Academy, we got a whole section and platform called Explanation of Services. And if you're in there, you need to go, you need to watch it, if you want me to look at your EOS, email it to me at info@coachburt.com. And here's the deal. Lots of people watch me every week and I hear this. I've been waiting on a coach, man. I've been needing a coach for a long time. I'm tired of majoring in the minors. I'm tired of hitting a plateau. I'm tired of being static. I'm tired of being stuck. Man, I'm ready to take my deal to the next level. That's why I'm proud of Will Webb, who's in our coaching program, because he's taking his deal to the next level, because he signed up for Monster Producer and he said, put me in, coach. If you're ready to make that commitment, man, quit waiting. We lose 10% of momentum every day. Listen, you get all your money back on the EOS alone. If you don't close more deals, I was getting coaching today from a guy that they're trying to sell me on a bestseller campaign for my book. Here's what he said. You may spend $95,000 to get a bestseller for the buys, for the campaign, for the ads. But he said, I've never had one client that didn't do $1 million or more business the next year as a result of that bestseller. You follow me? So would it be worth it to pay $100,000 to get $1 million back? Well, I'm telling you, would it be worth you to spend $5,000 on coaching if you made back 50, 60, 100, $200,000? It's a no-brainer, man. So we'll help you get a good EOS. If you're interested in signing up, you email us at info@coachburt.com and we will find the right coaching program for you. You know what I believe, Brandon? Everybody needs a good IT man. Everybody needs a world-class guy on their team. I believe everybody needs a good coach in their life. I believe everybody has enormous potential that they don't even know. And so I want to give a shout out to Richard Hodges, J.C. Moore, all the people who watch me every week, man. This is how I get paid, is through the love and appreciation that you have for me. So God bless you. If you're ready to sign up for something, let's get you coaching, baby. I'll see you back next week. Coach Micheal Burt, Super Coach. Hey guys, Coach Micheal Burt. How do you find the right coach for you? There's personal coaches, there's life coaches, there's business coaches, there's spiritual coaches. Here's the deal. You got to find a coach you have an affinity with. You believe the same things. I believe trained people always outperform untrained people. I believe coach people always outperform uncoached people. You got to find a coach that you think brings the knowledge and the skill and the desire and the confidence to you that will work for you. I would love to be that coach through my new Total Growth Academy. Go to CoachBurt.com, click on virtual coaching, and get coached by me every day on any device, anywhere on planet Earth.